are live. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, guys.
Hello, good evening.
I think our guest is excited to be here with us tonight.
I'm drunk.
God, listen, guys, it is going to be a fun one tonight. We're going to get started shortly, real shortly. So before we get into this, guys, you already know the routine. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, so that you guys get more content. And every time there's new content, you guys get the notification. So, guys, you just tuned into and Let's Digest, where we come to you guys every week with life experiences, chopping it up together, digesting this thing that we all have to go through called life and doing it together so that we can get new perspectives, fresh perspectives. Because what's life if we don't have some kind of guide to get through it, right? Or to at least know we're not doing this thing alone. So, with that being said,
Y'all ready?
I love it here, guys. I hope y'all love it here. It is Winning Wednesday, and it is me, your girl Deidre, of course. And tonight we have the honor of having my lovely auntie,
Hype me
Cherry, Miss Cherry Commander. We have the pleasure of having her here with us tonight to digest a fun topic, a topic that I think is near and dear to her. Yeah, and she's claiming it. I mean, we might as well be transparent about the things that we are.
What we do. We do what we do.
We do what we do. But in all aspects, guys, listen. I entitled this tonight: "Social Media and the Impact It Has on Our Lives." Social media. That very. I don't know. I don't even know what to call. I think it's a whole nother world now, right? Social media is its own thing. It's its own beast. It can be its own pot of gold per se. It can be. It can be a whole lot of things. But depending on who you are, what you're doing, and your reason for finding yourself in that world, the impact is different. We all use it for different things, shall I say. So why do I have my auntie here talking about this this topic? Social media, why, right? Because she is
A social media guru.
well, guru. I was probably going to use. I don't know. I was going to use another word, but what was a nice word? Maybe guru sounds better than junkie.
I'm not a junkie. I don't
Okay,
have to
guru.
have it now.
She
But
okay.
I bring joy to you all's life most days.
Okay, girl. Listen, I was gonna say, wait, let's check the camera, but she put her phone down, so it's it's okay. She put her phone down. So let's get into this. Social media. What is social media to you? I mean, you just told us that you're a guru, so tell us just what is social media?
I think that I'm a natural. Hi, I'm Cherry Commander. I'm Cheryl to most people. I'm mom, auntie, favorite auntie to a lot of people. I'm godmother. I'm just me. Just me. I'm a unique individual. Glad to be here tonight. This is gonna be fun, y'all.
Very unique. And she pays attention to because I did mention I forgot to ask the part. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Right.
But she just told us about herself.
Mhm.
So now she can possibly answer her first question. I
What
forgot
what was the question?
So she was already going through okay, it's cool. So the first question was, since you told us a little bit about yourself and all the goodness, all the hats that you wear, what is social media for you?
Social media
As a
is
mom, auntie.
social media to me is an outlet. I work a lot and I enjoy work. But when I sit down, be it at work, at part-time work, wherever I'm at, and I can go log on to social media, I can engage with others that I don't normally have a chance to talk to
Mhm.
on a regular basis. I can communicate what I want to express through my own social media outlets, such as I usually do just Facebook. I like to do a little reel every now and then, show off, because
Show
I
off.
love pictures. So, what better way to express your pictures through music and reels? That's awesome to me. I mean, social media has. When I first joined, I was just green, didn't know what's what, didn't know what a heart was to like a picture, didn't know how to do it. but I think I'm an expert on a lot of things now. And I had a lot of people. I can go on and on. I'm sorry, I gotta wait for the next question.
So we do know that she must do, you know, it is the outlet because she got excited about it, right? Like
Right.
she just took over the whole thing, and it's okay. I'm cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And I can't agree with you when I say, you know, because okay, we're both in the medical field, right? And a lot of times when you're in that world, that's a whole nother world by itself too. And you could be in a building, but it feels like you're just so far off from society and everything because you're in a place where it's serious, but you have to deal with everybody else's emotions and what they're feeling because you're in their house,
Right,
technically.
right.
So I can say that having that in the midst of that, I would say that's a big plus for social media, depending on how you use it, and because I'm gonna say possibly she posts nice things, okay? Possibly she's not petty with every post.
Not everyone, but only my family. My nieces, technically, because they be trying to drag me, but I'm here for it.
Oh, y'all heard it. She here
And
for it.
they knew that early on.
And that wasn't a poke. Now that was a good one. Okay.
Correcting spelling, and I said, bitch.
Oh my
I'm
God!
sorry.
Listen,
This is rated. I ain't supposed to say that word. Edit that out.
bloopers and good things that. Where are you two? Listen, I love it here. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going. Whew. Okay, so your outlet, you know, all those good things. So, what is social media like? Is there like a particular thing? You know, I know you said you like to do reels sometimes, but is it more so an outlet to just, you know, express yourself and kind of still, I don't want to say be relevant in the world, but you know, because when we work and I work sometimes 12 hours, so when we work normally and then outside of work, you gotta have your rest time, relaxation time. So is that kind of an extension to you maybe not having to be everywhere all the time? Because if I'm not at everything all the time, I can get on and kind of interact. If somebody else posting stuff and they got their life on there, I can kind of, okay, I celebrated with you too, but I didn't have to be there.
Right, exactly. For the most part, using social media, it gives me a chance to, like you say, if I can't be there all the time, I can let you know that I am seeing you, I am watching you. A lot of people scroll up and down and won't even hit the like button, won't even hit the share. But I mean, you don't have to share my stuff because I'm gonna put my own self out there. But if you're looking, and then when I talk to you, oh, I don't be on social media that much. I don't be on Facebook that much. But you see, I know you see. So why are you even mentioning that? If you got to even mention that, then I know you saw it. You saw it. I mean, you're not even surprised when I'm bringing it up because you already know it because you saw it. But you got the need to say, I don't be on social media that much. I go on there to play my game. No, ma'am.
Yeah, because notifications pop up when you play the games, right?
Yeah. I see you watching your green light on. It ain't on for no reason. Oh, I don't ever turn it off. Okay.
That green light will get you in trouble, by the way.
But it does go off sometimes. So yeah, you do turn it off. But anyway, I'm just saying that for me, social media is a way for me to express myself, to convey that I do see you. I am watching, and when I see you, I ain't gonna say I don't be on Facebook that much, but because I did saw it. And I have a lot of feedback from my classmates, people that's away, distant, family members and friends. They let me know that they enjoy what I post. I don't try to, it's all about me, really. When I post on my family, my children, you know, my grandchildren, because they are growing, and I'm glad to be able to share. They don't let me eat too much, but when I can get in, I look.
Speak some footages and stuff.
Yeah, you know. But it is. I have friends that been friends for years, and we got our own separate lives. We live in different states, but I can see that. Oh, you got to be a grandma. I'm so happy, you know. But people like to tell me when, you know, throw off to me on the slide. Oh, you post a lot. Oh, you post too much. But you looking. So I don't think I'm posting.
If I'm here,
I got an audience.
But you know what? I like that. You know what? That might be the realest thing I've heard about social media, because here's the thing. Social media is, and depending on what social media platform you're on, let's just say Facebook, for example, it asks you what's on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you know, it is an outlet to go on there and say what you want to say. Granted, some people just have these personal aspects of what people should, when they should and should not post. But isn't that the thing of a platform, to post stuff, especially if it's public? And then you said, this is what you said. You said, I post things so that people, or I know that so that they're aware that I see them.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it such a secret that people are actually watching you?
Right.
That's the purpose of you posting your life,
Right.
and me having an account and being your friend, to possibly keep up with what's going on and know what you're doing. But for people, like you say, they'll stroll, pretend they don't see.
Mm-hmm.
And
Even with
then
the
hit
story,
something.
now, if you're watching the story, we gonna know.
We know.
So I mean, don't even try to fool yourself with that one.
Right.
If you gonna stop and watch my story, I'm gonna know you watch my story.
Or know
And-
you forward.
And a lot of times people will say, she posts too much. She posts too much. It's a delete button, a unfollow button. If you don't know how to use it and you let me know you don't want to see my stuff, I know how to use it and have used it. And then later on, you blocked me or you delete. Yes, ma'am, I did. Because you have expressed too many times that I do too much.
Oh.
And listen, you don't have to see that. I don't want to put you through that. If you don't want to see it, honey,
So now
I got enough followers, you know.
So now we seeing too less.
Mhm.
I haven't gotten there yet. You know, I'll be wanting to sometimes, and not even just for people who even make some comments, because I don't get too many people that make comments about things I post. People just be quiet.
You're good.
I like that. I'm gonna take
No,
that.
you're not really.
I was about to take that one.
But you know, this is real right here. This kind of
It is.
interchange.
It is.
We act like this all the time.
We do.
If we ever talk,
We didn't grow up a little
we
bit.
act real. I mean, I had to ride all the way to Jacksonville, Florida with her. She was.
We. I was about to say we're gonna let y'all take a trip with us one day. You know, it's gonna be on the road, live footage is one day coming soon to a stream near you. But listen,
Lord, I want to get here.
y'all see we here, so we made it
We
there
made it
and
back. We
back.
made it back. It
Because
was
guess who
nice.
did not drive?
I did not. I did not.
Not near 4 hours.
Not one.
It's okay though. It's okay. I love it. But I love that though. I maybe if people would just start being honest with, or just understand where they are, because again, social media is a whole nother world by itself. And when you enter that world, you enter in it knowing that you're going to see other people's lives, or you're going into other people's lives, and you're allowing other people to come into your life. So that whole. Yeah,
One other point I want to make, and I forgot because you know I'm aging, but it came back to me. People always tell me you post everything. Y'all don't know everything about me. No, I don't. I do not post everything about my life. I have some stuff that is very private, very near and dear to my heart that I do not share.
She's not about
But
to share.
All I share from that side is that you can see the glow, the happiness. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, but I don't post everything,
Okay.
and I know y'all know that. You don't never see her with no man. No, I ain't got no man.
On that, I'm gonna just listen. I forgot what my next question. Because I was sitting here like, oh my God, this light is. I love this light, but listen. Social media and the impact it has on our lives. So would you say, I mean, we know where you kind of stand at with social media, not even, if you just look at your life, if you had to think about your life before social media and then compare it to life now with social media, is it more of a good impact? What?
I
How would
feel
you
like it's a great impact because I've been through life before social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, some things I can think of right off the bat, and the influence I've had on people by sharing some of my life stories and life living, it has really been a blessing to my heart. My inboxes, my messages, I mean, the feedback I get from sharing some stuff about my life. I'll say, for example, my breast cancer journey. I have been fortunate enough to share through social media, through magazine articles, through a lot of stuff. I've been able to go and speak about it. I've been able to go and influence people who have to go through it themselves. Even it's a little serious conversation, but even my sister after me, having to care for her during her cancer journey and her past, her transitioning, it has been wonderful. And I've been able to share that with others. And it wasn't a negative thing. It's always, and just to see the memories coming back from that, it just gives me so much strength and so much courage. And it's just, social media has helped me. I don't know the word, but it has really impacted me tremendously as far as going through life with everybody and sharing my stories and getting people commenting or messaging me say, I just been diagnosed or whatever, and I'm glad I saw your post and I'm glad you shared that. And if you don't mind, can you call me? I have some questions. And it's just been people, I don't even know that see me just scrolling or whatever, and they see my story. I'm like a open book in that area, because a lot of things I wish I had known prior, but a lot of things I knew prior, not through social media, but through family history. My own mom's journey with breast cancer, that gave me the insight to look for my stuff and wasn't caught off guard and caught it in time. And it's just been social media has helped in that area a lot. And I'm very big on that. In October and all throughout the year, I share parts of my story as far as a breast cancer survivor, diagnosed almost 17 years ago. And I am ecstatic. I celebrate the whole month of September, the whole month of October, because it's my breast cancer awareness, and it's also my birthday. That's a big holiday in itself. So, and then, when I was diagnosed, I had a senior in high school, and I had an 8-year-old girl, the girl that's sitting over there right now, who told me when I was diagnosed, and I'm ringing the bell for them to come and assist me with little things. And she said, Mom, ring the bell. Like, what the hell you want? 8 years old. And she said, Mom, just because you got breast cancer, that don't mean you can't get up. And I said, you know what? She right. Let me get my behind up here and live. I ain't going to give up. But social media has given me so much feedback on that storyline to give me the strength to share and be a blessing to others. So yeah, I like social media. I don't care what nobody say or how they think about their impression about me, whether they think I'm showing off or I do too much or I post too much. It's my page. You are ownership of your page. Don't let nobody tell you differently. It's your name up there. You own that page. Unless Mark, what's his name?
Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know who's over YouTube, but listen. Whoever you is, we loves you too over here. We love you. But listen.
Hey, you too. I love you too.
I'm here for all of that. And I think that's very good. Because, most times you hear the negative impact social media has, or, how there are scary things when it comes to social media. But even just, listen, as far as how you post and how much you post, I'd have to say with that, listen, I've gotten a lot better with wanting to have pictures and take pictures for memories and post some things. Not knowing that I would need to be doing that for business purposes that I would step in years later. But I sometimes think, dang, I need to post more. I know I need to post more. It's a little difficult, but I can see now that you have to have a little joy in it. You have to have a grand purpose, and you have to not care, because social media will make you care sometimes. It is. You post things and you you want to get a message across, especially. And it's like, oh God, did anybody see it? Did I reach anybody? Did or there's no likes or nobody commented, and it's cool, but sometimes you get a little discouraged, especially if you're doing it for a reason. But like you say, once you keep going and you're consistent, you're helping somebody, even if nobody says somebody, because I've gotten inboxes and all those things too, and it makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
And it lets you know that you are doing something for the better. Yeah.
Yes.
Outside of scary things.
I'm losing my train of thought. I'm getting older, but y'all just forgive me. But
Should have blamed it on age.
It's gonna come back to me. But I'm just saying, people used to say, "You post too many pictures." Or one time, and it slapped me in my face. A lot of people say, "Can you take that picture down? I don't want my picture on Facebook." And I would graciously. Somebody told me one time, "It's my intellectual something."
Intellectual property.
Intellectual property. Can you take that picture down? And I took this picture at a public event. You know, it's a picture of a couple getting married. I was like, okay, it ain't working. I'll take it down. I'll take it down. But at the same time, and I say this all the time, people tell me, say, "You post the right picture." I say, but if somebody died, y'all gonna be wanting them same pictures, and it be the truth.
It be the truth. It be the truth.
Y'all be saying, "Cheryl, you got that picture?"
It be the truth. And listen, I take a lot of pictures now. And I have so many photos. This is probably like over 5,000 on my phone right now. That's why I ain't got no storage.
Me too.
But even if I don't post all of them, it's good to have them because for me, I think stuff like that too. When you take photos and make videos when you're out in public events, I think that's still a part of social media. Even if it's not put out in the public, it's still a event that was had. You know, everybody has their content per se, and you know that's media, right? So regardless on whether I'm being social to the entire world or I'm just being social with keeping memories so that we can, you know, continue to live on even after one of us is not here, I think it still counts for that. But I'm here for all of that, and I think it's definitely comes with some maturity when it comes to social media because there are scary things out there. There are scary people out there. There are people who aren't just looking just to look. Unfortunately, so when it comes to, you know, us grown folks, we have awareness. We should have some awareness, a lot of awareness. But when it comes to our kids, like that's another thing. How do you feel about when it comes to kids and social media? Like,
well, they it's like a takeover because they're gonna change their age and get a page anyway. So I feel even when my daughter was young, too young, and she asked for a page, she called me. She was in North Carolina with y'all, I believe. Can I get a Facebook page? What? But I just agreed because they're gonna eventually go ahead and do it anyway. So I just agreed, and I'm gonna be your friend, so I can monitor it.
Right.
A lot of people, they're not their children's friend, but I'm gonna see what you're doing and see who you're talking to.
Right.
This 24-year-old, almost 25-year-old child has her location on my phone and vice versa. And that's what she chose to do. I mean, because she know her upbringing and whatnot. So, I mean, you have to be open with your children and allow them to express themselves. But yeah, at the same time, you got to be able to, okay, I'm going to see this. You're going to have a page that I can't see.
Yeah, right.
So, sometimes some of your children, you don't want to see that stuff.
Listen, I agree with all that, but I don't know. For me, and social media was out a little bit back then, but of course, for me, I didn't want mine to have one. And then when he did got one, I'm sure he had one that I didn't know, right? That was the difference too. He didn't ask because you always going to say no. I think we had that conversation maybe once. And that was my response. But even for those, like I said, I agree. If that's something, because I think you also have to know your kids. And for me, I didn't think mine was mature enough to do that. Not just because he's a little boy, because he's a little boy, he has little sneakiness ways. So you have to know your children and, like you say, be open and honest with them. But for the children who were on social media, because I felt the way I felt, I just also felt like I knew me. And at the time, I didn't have a lot of etiquette or tact. So if it was a certain child that, their parents let them have social media, I'm cool with it. And if they inbox me, I'll message them all day. I think one of my cousin's kids, her girls I think they added me to like the kids messenger. And of course I'll sit and talk to them all day long, but I'm not going to add them to my page because just in case I want to be free and express myself.
Right.
I don't have to have that conversation knowing that they're watching.
Right.
But in your household, whatever agreement is there, I think that's also a good thing. And of course, like you said, something you can't run from. They're gonna get it anyway when they're off at school, because they're allowed to have devices at school.
My grandchildren, oh my God.
We couldn't have nothing, even though we have cell phones when they came out, but we still couldn't have them at school. We couldn't even have our pages at school, confiscated for the whole year, but that's another story for another day. So with all those good things, sounds like social media can be good, it can be bad, it can be an outlet, it can be locked down, because I think some people live there, they found social media, but not. And that's now the only way that they socialize. Like some people just cut off all physical contact with people, but to each his own. But hopefully everybody's mature enough to handle it in a very healthy way. So as a last piece of advice, what would you tell anyone, or what would you give someone as far as coming into this space, social media? Let's just say, we won't even just say your peers, just anybody who's new to social media, who wants to give it a try, but they have all this negative, feedback, and then they have this feedback. What will you kind of give them some neutral in between advice for social media?
I would say with social media, excuse me, just basically be yourself. If you're gonna be on social media, no pretenses, no catfishing, no. Just be yourself. I mean, be as real as you can possibly put out there. And it'll come back to you. You'll get real stuff back. It's usually birds of a feather flock together. And if you got some friends
that I don't want to talk about too.
Yeah. If you got some friends that are Facebook friends, social media friends that you ain't quite getting, I mean, you can unfollow them. You don't have to unblock them. You could just follow them, and you don't have to see their stuff. But if you don't agree with their whatever they express it on that, they are expressing on their pages, you can just unfollow them. But just basically be yourself. And a lot of people say, like I already said before, you put everything on. Don't put everything on there, because people think I put everything on social media, but you just don't know that. You just don't know that.
Oh my gosh.
I know how to keep my private life private. I know how to express myself. I like to express myself through church. I will record a choir singing in a minute and think that's good information to put out there, because my little country church can sing.
And everybody need to worship.
And we just have a good time sometime down there at that little country church on the side of the road. But just whatever you want to express,
It's in a building, though.
Yeah,
we're in a church.
It's a church
just in case you
guys
process that wrong way.
You might miss it. My pleasant amen. But I do love the Lord. I do love my family. I just use social media to express myself. And one time I didn't even have a voice, but I was so quiet and shy. But social media helped me to you see how I'm talking now. And it's not just a line. I mean, I talk all the time.
I don't know. First it was the old age, now it is not the cup. It is not the cup.
I am aging though, but gracefully.
I love that. And I love the advice. So guys, also just in addition to what she just said, if you're not brave enough to unfollow or just completely delete someone, sometimes I think that's what we need, because just don't tolerate. If you don't want foolishness, then you don't have to tolerate it even on social media. That's cool too. That's fine. But depending on what platforms you're on, like TikTok, or I'm not sure about TikTok, IG, Instagram, you can actually, because I was caught up one time with strolling for hours. And, there's so much good stuff. There's so much crazy stuff, so much stuff that you get distracted on that's not good stuff to focus on. So you can actually thin out your timeline to the things that you want to see more of. Like they'll ask you, how do you like this content?
Right.
TikTok does it too now that I'm thinking about it. They say, how does this make you feel? Or are you seeing this video? What did it make you feel like? Was it positive or was it negative?
More of this.
Yeah. So you guys can wean out the bad things and then just let your social media be a place of peace and an outlet so that you can continue to live life freely and express yourself in a safe space. So guys, listen, I don't know what I thought this topic was going to be like, because social media does, I think for the most part, it has had a negative There's this negative thing around it, surrounding it because of social media. And sometimes you get so hung up in it. But I think sometimes you get so hung up in life too and forget to express yourself the right way or in a manner at all. Because like she just said, she felt like she didn't have a voice. And social media can give you that in a safe way. But make sure everything that you do, there's a way to do it. There's a way to say things. There's a way to make sure that if you're gonna, be a person that's out there all the time on the platforms, make sure that you're adding something to somebody else's day. Hit the like button, comment, tell them, something. Not that they're there for your likes or your comment, but it is a place of socializing. And unless you're a complete weirdo, then all you're gonna do is just stroll and look at people. But other than that, yeah, let's just start socializing in a very healthy way and keep hope alive when it comes to social media because it's not all bad.
And I want to add, and it just came back to me, but I also want to add, as far as taking a lot of pictures and stuff, go back to printing your pictures up because even though if the people don't want you to post them, you still can have those memories kept because. Like I just had a phone that just completely died on me with a lot of pictures in there. But I've started back going and sending my pictures to Walgreens and printing them up. And they you're going to have to find storage for them, but it's great to have. When I was a child, I don't have any childhood pictures because, it wasn't until I was able to buy a box camera that I was able to take pictures. And I got those pictures. But when I was little, back then, parents didn't think about snapping a picture of you at Easter or whatever, but I have quite a few pictures of my nieces and nephews, when they were coming up and growing up. So
I love that.
But go back to printing up pictures because you don't have to post everything.
That was the best advice because maybe I can keep some storage if I stop.
Yeah, print them up.
Print them on the phone.
It's very economical to do so. You get a little coupon, Walgreens, they have them all the time. And I instill that into my daughter because she prints up, she have a busy life and she prints up a lot of pictures and I'd be like, take them with you. I found
advice for the advice. You gotta love it. You gotta have it over here.
Get them, put them in a book or whatever, just a keepsake because you can look back even after no one has passed on.
Yeah.
You have those memories unless something happened to them, but that's a good idea to print them up and keep them that. But and
that's another great thing I like about social media. So I know you said you don't have to post everything, but if you do happen to post something, know that memory is gonna pop back up, and that makes a difference too.
And it brings joy to my life,
especially when people who are not here anymore. And you think, dang, what if I didn't post anything?
My sister passed, and at first she did like. I'm not a picture on Facebook, but she was always looking for her picture. You posted? No, because you say don't post it. But I learned to go ahead and post it because it brought her joy. I recorded when she couldn't get to church. I recorded church sermons for her, and she was right there watching it. It just gave her an outlet when she couldn't be there. So social media it's how you use it.
Yeah, it's how you use it. It's never what you do. It's always how you
use it. Just use it, wisely. And
let it bring you some bucks too, because social media out here paying these days.
Listen,
social media
content creator and stuff. I ain't got time.
I'm waiting on these subscribers to just go ahead and load up so we can get a little.
So like, subscribe, and comment. That's what you say, right? Go ahead and do that for Winning with Wells.
Yes,
do that for her.
Win with Wells. Let's digest, guys. We have just digested social media.
This was really good.
It really was. I really enjoyed this. Listen.
You never know what you're going to get.
You never know what you're going to get over here.
I got a night off, a bonus night off, so she picked up a good time. I was like, I'm off tonight. Let's do this.
It was all up. That was her table. It was all up and definitely enjoyable. So tell the folks that we can expect you to come back by again,
Sure, when I'm awake, when I don't have to work, maybe when I'm in a little wine, because it helps out. I'll come back again. This was fun.
It definitely was. Well, we appreciate you guys. Make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you let our guests know that we appreciate them coming on, processing and digesting this thing called life with us, especially when it comes to social media, because a lot of us indulge in social media and that is a part of our lives. So why not, make sure that we're doing it in a healthy way, can actually see different sides and perspectives of it, because, we all have different
funnest, funnest.
We shall see.
Funnest statement you have. The funnest interview. This was nice.
We shall see.
Follow me. Oh, it's
follow her on Instagram at Cherry Baby. Is that you?
Baby, that's me. 47. I've been on
Cherry Baby 47.
I'm not 57 now. Oh wow.
Okay, girl. Cherry Baby 47 IG at Molding Millionaires IG. Check us out. Follow us a little bit for more of our life, more of our content, and our social media presence. That's how folks do. They all listen. It's okay, guys. Listen, we enjoyed you. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, continue to be your amazing selves. Night.
Good night. I don't think you need to edit now.
Well.